Welcome to BaldHeaded Metal, and welcome to another reaction, this time around to Ember Falls We Are Become Fire, the official music video. Never heard of this band, don't know anything about them. For those who are new to this channel though, is I tend to express all the things I like and dislike in a song politely so that we can have an interesting conversation about various types of genres of metal, music, and have an interesting community for metalheads to come around and have an interesting conversation. It's not just a bland, oh, it's cool or not kind of reaction. So hopefully you find that interesting. If you do, make sure to subscribe down below for more. Without any further ado, let's get into it. Let's see what we got.
Prayers now lie buried neath these rocks. Is there any salvation for us in whatever is left of this cross? Maybe the devil is the only one to love. These souls in wonderland. That's the reason why it's so well we die. Reckless in the sky, twilight in our eyes. We are disposable, we are collateral. We are the fuel to the fires that charm it all. Purifier, rectifier, existentially.
This is interesting. Okay, I mean, I kind of thought of Odin Organ right away. Sorry, guys. I have my cat. She will not leave my side and gets really upset if she goes somewhere else. She's become attached to me at the hip. But it reminded me of Odin Organ a lot in their style. I do like Odin Organ very much, so this is kind of right up my alley. It seems familiar in its riffing, in its song structure, in its writing. I like the voice. The guy kind of looks like a Jonathan Davis from Korn. I like his voice. I think he has a nice voice. Harsh vocals are cool. The riffing is nice. So far, honestly, though, it's not really capturing my attention. I see a lot of people kind of in the comments saying, why isn't this having more views? That this band is, sick as hell, blah, blah, blah. All these kinds of things. And I don't particularly disagree with it. But I can understand why, for example, as of now, a minute and 20 seconds, unless there's some really nice change-ups and solos that I just wasn't expecting, that it kind of stays on this level of I've heard this before, right? And you have to be really stand out and viral nowadays to get yourself to that level where a lot of people notice you. That doesn't guarantee that you're the best band, but I guess that's what constitutes good views. Especially me as a YouTuber, I battle with that actually constantly as well, where I want to be genuine to myself, but at the same time, obviously, you want to garner more views.
In the coals of the final morning, feel the fury in the embers glowing. They could never repay the way our lives were violently divided. I gotta raise a glass of this old prison. All will witness the face of my arm. The Savior is born. The Savior blesses our cosmic swastika. Purifier, rectifier, existentially will rise up. The burning God on the wire. We have become fire. From the fire, fiery hour. I am all that holy power. The world is ours to devour. We have become. There's a reason why it's the way we die.
Okay, it looks like we're gonna get a nice change up here. And also kind of reminds me as I'm listening to more, it's like In Flames, Soil Work, those 2000s bands that were very much inspired by In Flames. There was a bunch of them, I can't remember all of them. They kind of pop up out of nowhere, and it's kind of in that vein, in that style. I could totally see why people like this. But at the same time, it's competent music. Music video, it's nothing really to talk home about, especially after seeing a couple of music videos this week that really kind of impressed me, whether they be comedic or serious. This is kind of a more bland music video. And there are qualities to like. I like the sound production. It's not overproduced. It has really nice guitars and drums. The bass really stands out when it needs to be. I like the electronic elements that they've introduced here. I think they fit in very well into the band. But at the same time, it's hard to put the word inspiration into a definite definition of what it's supposed. I'm sorry, that sounds redundant. Into a definition that really explains what I feel like. It doesn't feel inspired. Meaning, I think this band sometimes they sit down and create music that you just go, yes, this is familiar, but whoa, is it good? And one of them was Bellacore to me. I don't think Bellacore did anything particularly new. As a matter of fact, they said they were inspired by the Gothenburg sound. They were inspired by all these bands, and you can hear it in our music. But they're just so good at writing it. They have such an understanding of rhythm and taking you into emotional places. Persephone is another band I think had really nice transitions to music and really nice intricate riffing that made them stand above the rest. Whereas this is going to get kind of lost in the sea of a lot of really good bands as well. And the reason I say this is because there is an audience for this band, but in a place when there's like fucking 30,000 albums being released every single year, this is one of the bands that's going to be easily lost in the crowd. It might be a gem for 10 people out there, but overall speaking, I would pick 10 other bands, honestly speaking. It's not a disrespect to the band. It's just my personal opinion. I'll pick 10 other bands before I'll particularly listen to this. And not because it's bad. It's because just I've heard better. I really enjoyed the solo. I thought the solo was great. But then I saw this kind of a switch up to more of a traditional melodic death metal. There's like two melodic death metal bands in this band to me. In the beginning of the song, I'm hearing this Soil Work. I'm hearing this In Flames. In that second part, I'm hearing more like, not particularly Amon Amarth, but these like Aviaron, I think of other bands. It's like two different styles of melodic black metal that try to jive together that feel like two separate songs, almost two separate bands to me personally. You can tell these guys have skills when it comes to playing the instruments, that's for sure. And perhaps maybe this is the beginning of their career and they're going to learn how to write music even better. There's just some bands that just right from the get-go write classic albums like Kill 'Em All and Master of Puppets and stuff like that. And then there's others that just take time to really develop their skills and become the people who we know them to be. And we don't always know, me personally, I don't know this band's journey. I only have this song to judge it on. And that being said, let's kind of keep going. Let's see how it further develops. Yeah, I think it's a solid song. It's fun. Yeah, it didn't bore me from the beginning to the end. Um, it has its moments where it shines. It has its moments where they are a little bit duller. The music video, like I said, I thought it was a little bit on the boring side. I think both vocalists do their job. I like the clean vocalists a little bit more than the harsh vocals. I think there's a really nice solo in there. The lyrics seem kind of to be on the cheesier side, to be honest. And I think lyrics are just a very difficult thing to write, really good lyrics. So I don't particularly blame the band for that. I think there's an audience for them, and I'm sure they're going to garner an audience. But I also feel like there's just so many bands that are on a different level that with my limited time of being able to consume music, and I mean full albums. For example, guys, I do not engage in a band if I only like a couple songs. Nothing against the band. I like listening to an album from beginning to the end. And if, let's say, 3/4 of the album is not enjoyable to me, I don't bother with the band. Let's say, or at least I don't bother with the album. Good example, Slayer is one of my favorite bands of all time. World Painted Blood, I don't like any song in that album. The Christ Illusion, I think I like 2 songs. From time to time I come back to them. For the most part, I avoid that album. Repentless, I like more than half of the album, so I come back to it. Then that's kind of my mentality, how I'm able to control the amount of content I consume so that it's a little bit more targeted. And that's just my approach to listening to music, because especially since I started YouTube as well, doing reviews, there's just so much music to consume. And you guys have given me some crazy recommendations that I've never heard about. So I'm like, I'd rather listen to that than something like this. No disrespect to the band, not even no disrespect to any fan, but hey, guys, make sure to leave your thoughts and comments down below, because it was recommended by you guys. Kind of your feelings, why you like them, why you dislike them, what it is about this band that attracts you. And let's have a conversation about it. Guys, make sure to also enjoy the rest of your day. Stay safe out there and keep it metal.